Something intriguing is happening live as the Lok Sabha elections roll out. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi was out campaigning in Bengal, rally after rally, and this evening now he's arrived in Patna. Let's have a look at what is happening on the ground there. This is the first time a sitting Prime Minister is conducting a rally, a road through the capital of Bihar. Asif, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Asif, show us around what's going on. What are we expecting to happen?
बिल्कुल ऋषभ जी, मैं आपको बताऊं कि जब दोपहर में हम बात कर रहे थे तो उस वक्त हमने ये तय किया था कि जब भी शाम में आएंगे तो हम सबसे पहली तस्वीरें आपको दिखाएंगे और वो दिखाएंगे कि बिहार के जोश और जज्बे को किस तरीके से प्रधानमंत्री के रोड शो में देखने को मिलेगा। और देखिए, मैं आपको तस्वीरें दिखा रहा हूँ, तस्वीरें खुद गवाही देंगी उस वक्त में और अब में कितना फर्क है। 4 घंटे में ही पूरा पटना आप देख सकते हैं, पूरे पटना की वो इलाके जहाँ से रोड शो शुरू होने वाला है वो पट चुका है। अब दूर तक जहाँ तक नजरें जाएंगी वहाँ तक सिर्फ लोग ही लोग दिखाई देंगे और लोगों का जोश दिखाई देगा। बहुत सारे लोग हैं यहाँ पे। मैं आपको बताऊं कि देखिए, ये रोड शो यही शुरू होने वाला है और हम ऐसी जगह पे है जहाँ से रोड शो स्टार्ट होने वाला है, और देखिए, हम तस्वीरें आपको दिखाने की सीधी और एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं कि कैसे लोग यहाँ पहुंचे। यहाँ लोग, तमाम लोग जोशो खरोश के साथ यहाँ बैठे हैं, खड़े हैं और लगातार देखिए, और यहाँ पूरा जयकारे लगा रहे हैं। कुछ लोगों से बात करने की भी कोशिश करता हूँ, जानता हूँ कि आखिर उनका जोश किस तरीके से आई है। भैया, कितना जोश आई है? कितने देर से आप लोग खड़े हैं यहाँ?
हम तो 4 बजे शाम में आए थे।
अच्छा।
जोश पूरा है। मोदी का 400 जो गारंटी है पूरा होगा। जो उन्होंने काम किया है शिक्षा पे,
और लगातार बिना मिले नहीं जाना है।
बिल्कुल नहीं जाएंगे। 8 बजे, 9 बजे, 10 बजे, 12 बजे।
क्या लगा रखा है ये क्या है?
पता है, मुखौटा है सर, मोदी जी वाला।
मोदी जी हैं?
हाँ,
खुशी होती है इस तरह?
बहुत खुशी हो रही है, बहुत खुशी हो रही है। देख रहे हैं कितना फूल लेके ठहरा है, कब्बे से इंतजार कर रहे हैं, कब्बे से कि आएंगे सर।
कितने घंटे?
3:30 बजे से हम लोग ठहरे हैं।
लगाइए आप, देखिए तस्वीरें बड़ी अच्छी लग रही हैं। आइए कुछ औरतों से बात करके देखता हूँ। ऋषभ जी, मैं कुछ चाहूंगा कि वो भी लोग बात कर रही हैं, उनसे भी बात करूं और ये जानूं कि आखिर भैया सेटअप बता रखी है आपने
मोदी जी के लिए अब की बार 400 पार।
अब की बार 400 पार जी।
देश के संविधान को मजबूत बनाने के लिए मोदी जी को 400 पार करवाना ही है।
400 पार, बिल्कुल। कितने देर से आपको खड़ी है यहाँ?
हम लोग तो यहाँ 5 बजे से खड़े हैं।
क्या होने वाला है? किसका इंतजार कर रहे हैं?
मोदी जी और नीतीश जी का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का कर रहे हैं, नीतीश कुमार जी का कर रहे हैं इंतजार। महिलाओं को
पहली बार प्रधानमंत्री यहाँ रोड शो कर रहे हैं।
पहली बार प्रधानमंत्री रोड शो कर रहे हैं और आप देख रहे हैं अपने नजरिए से और कैमरे के नजरिए से दिखा दीजिए पूरे भारतवर्ष को कि ये भारतवर्ष का सबसे ऐतिहासिक उनका रोड शो होने जा रहा है। और
हम बिल्कुल, हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में ऐतिहासिक होने वाली है ये रैली। एकदम
बहुत दिन से हम लोग इंतजार कर रहे थे इस दिन का।
बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक कार्यक्रम है और फिर से नरेंद्र मोदी जी की और नीतीश कुमार जी की सबली सरकार बनेगी।
देखिए, ऐतिहासिक होने की बात है। ऋषभ जी, मैं वही बता रहा था आपको कि देखिए ना, बच्चों से लेके बड़े, बड़े से लेके औरतें, सभी लोग। तू क्या करने आए हो यहाँ
पर? मोदी जी को देखने आए।
मोदी जी को देखने आया है। ये क्या लगाया है तू?
ये टोपी लगा है।
टोपी बांधे। मोदी जी को देखेगा, क्या बोलेगा मोदी जी को?
बोलेंगे कि हमको अच्छा बुद्धि दीजिए।
हमको भी अपने साथ रखिए।
हमको अपने साथ रखिए।
मोदी जी पसंद है तुमको?
हाँ।
बहुत बढ़िया। ये देखिए, बच्चों को देखिए, मैं बच्चों का उत्साह दिखा रहा हूँ। ये तस्वीरें जो हैं बिल्कुल अलग है। ये देखिए, आप बेटा क्या कर रहे हैं?
मोदी जी को देखने।
मोदी जी को देख।
बहुत बढ़िया। आप बेटा यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं? आप तुम क्या करोगे?
फूल बरसाएंगे
किस पे?
मोदी जी पे।
मोदी जी को।
हाँ।
बहुत बढ़िया। देखिए, लगातार बच्चों का उत्साह देखिए किस तरीके से। ऋषभ, जिसकी बात हम कर रहे थे, आप लोग कितनी देर से खड़े हैं यहाँ पे?
हम लोग 4 घंटे तक खड़े हैं उनके इंतजार में और हम लोगों को सुकता है, कोई थकावट नहीं है।
कोई थकावट?
अभी तक इंतजार है कि आ रहे हैं। हम लोग उनके स्वागत के लिए देखिए फूलों से उनको नहला देंगे। पूरा पटना वासी एकदम स्वागत के लिए तत्पर, इतिहास कर रहा है एकदम।
बिल्कुल इतिहास बनाएगा।
अभी तक रोड शो बहुत किए हुए हैं, लेकिन इस रोड
नहीं हुआ होगा। ये ऐतिहासिक होगा। पूरे बिहार में नहीं पूरे हिंदुस्तान में ऐतिहासिक रोड शो।
बिल्कुल। लेकिन ऋषभ जी, जब हम लोग बात कर रहे थे उस वक्त हमने कहा था, देखिए ये लोग तमाम लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि हम इतिहास बनाना चाहते हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि बिहार ऐसे भी बहुत ऐतिहासिक राज्य है, बहुत ऐतिहासिक भूमि है, हम इतिहास बनाएं, हम ऐसे कोशिश करें कि जो बाकी रोड शो से थोड़ा अलग हो। हम लगातार, भाई साहब क्या कह रहे हैं, कितनी देर से खड़े हैं आप? देखिए तमाम लोग, मैडम कितनी देर से खड़ी है, क्या है ये लेके, क्या खड़ी है?
ये स्वागत में है भाई। हाँ,
बहुत बढ़िया।
जब राम जी अयोध्या आए थे तो सजावट हुआ था ना, स्वागत में महिलाएं सब खड़ी थी ना, इसलिए हम लोग खड़े हैं। जय श्री राम, जय।
तस्वीरें देखिए और किस तरीके से उत्साह है। ये मोबाइल देखिए ऋषभ कि आप देख रहे होंगे किस तरीके से मोबाइल में हर एक तस्वीर कवर करने की कोशिशें हैं। पूरे ऊपर से लेकर नीचे तक आप देखिए, जितनी बिल्डिंगों पर आप नजर डालेंगे वहाँ लोग खड़े हैं, वहाँ लोग देखने के लिए, एक झलक देखने के लिए लोग लगातार कोशिशें जारी। अब की बार 400 पार,
अब की बार 400 पार,
400 पार,
कैसे थोड़ा और,
अब की बार 400 पार।
बहुत घंटे खड़ी रही हैं।
हाँ,
नहीं दिख रहा है।
अब विपक्ष का ऐसा ही हवा खत्म हो गया, ध्वस्त हो गया। हाँ।
देखिए लगातार ये लोग बहुत एक्साइटेड हैं और हर उम्र, हर तबके के लोग यहाँ मौजूद हैं और सभी लोग कह रहे हैं कि अब की बार 400 पार, और मोदी जी के लिए कोई 2 घंटे से, कोई 3 घंटे से, कोई 4 घंटे से खड़ा है। लगातार खड़ा है।
Okay, Asif, just stay with me. We'll just hopping across to live visuals from Kadam Kuan, which is very near where the BJP headquarters in Patna is, and the PM has already arrived there. He's beginning this road show. It's going to continue. Let's keep the visuals on our screens. My PCR crew obviously likes our studio video wall a lot, which they want you to see it. We'll be getting the live shots of PM Modi also in just a bit, as Asif is showing you. A lot of people have been gathered there and they've been waiting very patiently because the PM, remember, has been in Bengal. He's flown in to Patna this evening for this road show that is going to cover quite a distance and end somewhere near going past the Gandhi Maidan. So let me also open up this conversation. Joining us on the broadcast, Alok Mehta ji is with us, Ratan Sharda with us, Gyanendra Mishra with us, Piyush Pant also with us. Let me go straight across to Alok ji. Alok ji, here is an interesting one. The PM has gone from the battleground in Bengal where he's conducted rally after rally. I've lost count, was it 4 or 5 today? And now is now doing a road show in Patna. A lot of people have gathered. Bihar is a important state for the Bharatiya Janata Party. What do you think is happening on the ground? What do you make of the scenes that you see?
I think it's a very historical, Shabji, because this is the land of Bihar and UP. For Prime Ministership, I think they decide from JP movement, if you say, or Dr. Rajan Prasad days, the honest people and the corruption, the fight against corruption. So in the regime of Photo scheme, Lalu Yadav, what we were talking about, the Arvind Kejriwal, he was also jailed, then so many came, and Nitish Kumar ji, people say he's a very honest person, at least. But personally, there is no allegation against him. That's why he again joined the BJP, because he was also fed up for his image, or maybe he was promised for the prime ministership and then he realized that he did mistake. So these kind of rally. But I also want to mention, if you recall, when Narendra Modi ji time went for the Gandhi Maidan rally, I don't remember the year at the moment, but when at the time there was a crisis and the bomb blast was also there, and Nitish Kumar was against the arrival of Mr. Narendra Modi in Gandhi Maidan. He said, I will not allow him to enter. But at least Modi ji went there. Situation changed. So the same Gandhi Maidan decides the Delhi capitals, the prime ministership. I always speak. And that's why it's a very major development.
Okay.
Prime Minister going not only Patna, but whole Bihar, it will give a message that how we can change this.
Okay, Alok ji, what do you think? What do you think the people of Bihar have bought into the argument that, listen, what we need is not the same old spiel we've been given and therefore been deprived for all these years about caste and this and that. What we need are the roads, we need the highways, we need the educational institutions. We need enough opportunities here for people not to be seeking employment outside of Bihar. Nitish Kumar, there you see, standing side by side with Narendra Modi. And Nitish Kumar, of course, has in his hand the election symbol of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Remember, the JDU has its own election symbol, but they are very much wedded together. Alok ji, has that transition happened? Because the opposition is doing exactly the opposite. They are going old as gold. Central government job quota. Now, come on, that's going to bite in. Caste census, that's going to work. So they are going with the old formula. The BJP wants a new formula. Which do you think is selling?
The major factor, because recently, when 2-3 months back, or when Nitish Kumar not with BJP, I don't remember the month, but maybe March or something. So at that time, I've seen the change of Patna and the roads and the development by Nitish Kumar in last 10 years. I'm talking about the 10 years. Even in the beginning, when we were thinking that Nitish Kumar was doing very well, but ultimately, because we shifted also in pressure from RJD and the last election also. So I think, but even then people, what I felt, I went to Karpuri Thakur, where this Bharat Ratna, afterwards they announced the Bharat Ratna also by Mr. Narendra Modi and the government of India. So I feel that the dream of Karpuri Thakur, people want change, but certainly caste factor is there. But the same thing with the BJP and Nitish Kumar. They have the leader of backward class, upper caste people.
Okay.
But there's a challenge, I agree, because of the Yadav and Muslims, because totally they are depending on the minority vote. What Lalu Yadavji said about that, okay, we will give a Muslim the total reservation. So this is a major issue for them because of the old formula.
Okay.
And here the Modi wants and Nitish Kumar wants the development agenda, and people are accepting those people.
Okay, so let me get Piyush Pant into this conversation. Piyush, it's a pretty as straightforward a battle. Old is gold. Central government job. I mean, it's become literally a cliche to talk about the desire for that. Caste census and therefore re-fine-tuning quotas, Muslim quotas over and above caste census. This has been the old is gold formula from the Congress and the RJD. Do you think that it still has traction?
Of course, Rishabh, because what has the new formula done for the last 10 years? Has it provided enough of employment opportunities to the youngsters? Has it brought more food on the plate of the poor? No, not at all. Just building roads and highways doesn't give a better life to the people who marginalized people. You know, it certainly satisfies people who are well off, who can move on these roads, who can cover the distances in shorter period. They may feel happy. But what about those people? We should remember that Bihar is still a undeveloped state. It's still a backward state.
So why is it a backward state, sir? Why has it been a backward state?
Because it has not been given proper attention by successive governments.
Who are those governments?
All the governments who have been there, not particularly the Lalu Prasad. It was the Nitish Kumar government also there. Because economically, they have not been brought forward, these people. And particularly, that's why there is a migration, so much migration from Bihar, because there are not much opportunities. Even after so many years, even after 10 years, you can say, of Modi government's rule.
But Piyush, is it not true that once you would... So are you saying the people of Bihar, they don't want the highways, they don't want the roads? Because once you make the highway, that's when you build the factory. That's because you become cost competitive on transportation. So are you saying that the people of Bihar primarily want government jobs?
But where are the factories? Where are the factories? Only highways and the roads and highways. Where are the factories?
Okay.
If you see, in proportion to the highways and the roads built, the number of factories are very less, negligible these are. That's why a crisis of employment, and not much employment is being created. So that is the main issue in Bihar. We must remember this.
So you genuinely think that not Lalu but Tejasvi, that a Tejasvi serving in some form as a union minister in the future is a better bet for Bihar, because the track record that of Bihar not being developed. Is that a cyclical argument? Does that make sense, sir?
Well, Rishabh, anyone who tries to solve the problem of unemployment will be the attractive proposition for the youngsters of the Bihar.
Okay, all right. Let me get Ratan ji in. Ladies and gentlemen, Tejasvi Yadav was stuck in Delhi during a large part of COVID, with his family. Many people, even in the last state election, felt that he'll manage to make no impact. and the impact he made was on the promises of jobs. So it's not a complete catch in the air that they're talking about jobs. Jobs is an issue. It's a primary issue in Bihar. The only point of conversation is, are the offers of more government jobs over and above the 10 lakh government jobs that the Modi government has just recently filled, is that more tempting? Is the caste census more tempting? Or do people actually want the roads and highways and therefore the factories that get built? That's the point of conversation. Let me get Ratan Sharda into this. Ratan ji, now there's no denying the fact that Bihar has a long way to go in development. There's also no denying the fact that not too long ago, Eastern UP and large parts of UP were in the same kind of situation. Some would say that that's only marginally improved. Why has Bihar been underdeveloped?
Well, Rishabhji, first of all, this idea that roads don't contribute to development by a very senior journalist really astounds me. We know that unless there is infrastructure, nothing else will work. We know that. We also know that Bihar has no new ideas. There are a lot of ideas that can be worked on: restructuring of the agriculture, on tourism, religious tourism, spiritual tourism. Bihar is the center, the hotbed of the ancient civilization. There is so much to be done on commerce. If you talk of Lalu model, when he said we don't require any of this because khud ameer log use karte hain, then what did he have an alternative vision for 10 years when he was ruling? From a state which started from anti-corruption drive, for which the product is Lalu and Sushil Kumar, etc., we have come to a stage where the first CM who got jailed for his corruption. And now coming to the sea change that Bihar has seen, out of Bimaru states, only two states are still in that stage. One is Rajasthan, one is Bihar. He started well, Nitish Kumar, but then he faltered when he get into wrong alliance. He faltered, and then we saw that there was again slide back. And imagine what Patna was, as has been pointed out. 2014, Modi ji's meeting had a bomb explosion. Now see the sea change in security. We saw that change in UP, and we saw UP booming in terms of industry, in terms of tourism, in terms of infrastructure provided. Same Eastern, Western UP, especially Eastern, which had nothing to show for, with rise in infrastructure, law and order control, it boomed. What is happening in Bihar? Every day here to horrible law and order situation, whether it's Nitish or Lalu, that's immaterial. Then how long can we have people only looking for jobs?
But Ratan ji, but that's what people want.
Government?
I mean, people
point
want,
is,
and how many? I mean, it's become a cliche of. Yeah, please.
Very important last point. Biharis outside Bihar don't look for jobs. They are very successful community. Whether small, micro business or larger business, they earn money. They invest back in the land in Bihar. How are they successful? They do much better in Bihar in farming, where farms are literally run by them, but they can't do it in Bihar. So there is something wrong with the governance, whether Lalu, whether Nitish.
No, there's no doubt about it. There's something wrong in the governance. But
only doles and caste.
But Ratan ji, I mean, the temptation. I mean, how many kids out there still see a government job as the way out of a miserable situation? And for them, they are being told that they'll be offered 30 lakh government jobs. Now, how can we deny that that's a great temptation?
Leader is one who changes the mindset. He has to have courage like Modi ji, who refuses to buckle down to these kind of populist measures. Or you have leaders who follow the pack, offer doors, offer easy way out, knowing they cannot give the jobs, knowing that economy will collapse if there are so many people in the jobs. In Mumbai Municipal Corporation, the 60 to 70% revenue goes for salaries. Same is happening in many other states. Can we survive? Can we thrive on that base? We cannot.
So but the BJP is also filling central government positions. They filled 10 lakh of them recently.
Yes. The point is, how do you have a conducive atmosphere where there is law and order problem, where there is some infrastructure problem, there is lack of talent? You had people passing from Bihar who are not employed outside because of their degrees. So when will this change? In UP, they took the courage. So you need a courageous CM. Whether Nitish ji picks up that courage or there is a change, we will not know. But unless there is total fresh look, we'll have
all right. Okay, so let me get Gyanendra Mishra ji into this. Gyanendra Mishra ji, what is the plan? Because if the claim to fame is central government jobs, or take the corollary state government jobs, then what are we suggesting? Nationalize everything and just give away central and state government jobs? That's the future for the country?
No, that's not the future of the country, but you cannot deny the fact that the government job, and particularly in a state like Bihar, where we don't have alternative job resources, the government and government-sponsored or government-related job is one of the main fulcrum of, economic resources or economic generation. Because the development has not happened the way it has happened in the other part of the country, and that's the question you need, and we all need to ask the central BJP government and its ally of Nitish Kumar, who is by and large in one way or other alliance is ruling the Bihar for the last 18-19 years. So that's the question that need to be asked to Mr. Modi and BJP, that in spite of the 10 years of the central rule, the development in Bihar, any kind of development in Bihar is almost negligent. Why such a skewed development when the old development goes to few identified particular state and the native state of Mr. Modi, Gujarat, but not in Bihar, which is the highest human capital, in the sense that if you go to Gujarat or you go to Maharashtra and you go to Tamil Nadu, you see it is the Bihari and Purvanchali people.
Gyanendra ji, to the best of your immediate assessment, what is the plan that the Congress party has for the development of Bihar? Because we know there's a caste census, we know that there is a central government 30 lakh job schemes, there's a startup program. What is the blueprint for Bihar that you've seen that you can recall for us?
No, so the blueprint is for the country, and which is reflected in the Nyaya Patra.
No, but we're discussing Bihar, no? Because the country is growing at 8%, is a $5 trillion economy heading there, 5/5 on the GDP. The country seems to be doing fine. We seem to have a problem in Bihar. So what's the plan that you can see?
I'll come to that. As far as the Congress is concerned, the Congress is not in effective control or in any way, playing any important governance role in Bihar for last 20-25 years. And therefore asking the question that what the Congress would be done. Now, the point is that you will have to look at from the overall perspective that what Mr. Modi and the BJP has promised and what delivered in terms of 2 crore employment per day. And for the 10 years, I think it is only, the 5 crore, which should have been to the almost 20 crore employment up to this point. And what the Tejaswi has done in his small 1.5 year, role as a deputy chief minister, where he delivered what he promised of 3 lakh employment, and that is why he
Where did that 3 lakh employment come from?
It has come from there are still the vacancies out there which has
so
not
3 lakh
been
the 3 lakh employment basically came from government jobs.
Yes, and
that's how we want to build
jobs.
the country, by more government jobs.
No, so see, obviously, Rishabh-ji, we cannot talk or we cannot say that in the next 5 years, the Bihar is going and turning into a very developed state.
Why
where
not?
There would be alternative employment. Obviously, the miracle is not going to happen, and the Bihari people, and I being one of the people, has in huge grievances from the central government because it has never give the status that the Bihar as a most, the undeveloped state has always demanded from the center. Center has always treated Bihar and given it a step brotherly or step sisterly treatment. The way you put it.
Let me pick up that point. Let me pick up that point with Alok ji. Alok ji, if there is to be an infrastructural and therefore an economic rejuvenation of Bihar, it's going to take time. It might take 5 years, it might take 10, it might take longer. But it's going to take time. It's not going to happen in 3 weeks. Now, in the interim, surely that there's a temptation that, listen, development will come later. The job I need next month.
Rishabh-ji, from the very beginning, I always referred, even from Mrs. Gandhi days, people are talking about the unemployment and the government job. Now the different situation, need more business and industry. Earlier, when the Congress was ruling, before 90, at the time, you remember the Dalmia, Nagar, Rohtas, and in Champaran area, the sugar mills were there, some mills were there. But at the time, liberalization was not there. After 91, but unfortunately, in 3 years because of infighting. I was there, 88 to 91, 4 chief ministers. And then Lalu Yadav was also in the central. You see, because the only solution all over the world, nobody can give job from America, United States or Britain. You have to give no new jobs. And the same thing, infrastructure. Our friend Mr. Pant was talking about the why roads will not, schools, education and health care, hospitals. We need roads. Without this, who will go? Teacher or anybody who going in digital era, even media, we have different kind of job. We don't have a proofreader now. We don't need a cameraman. Even sometimes we have a less cameraman because reporter is going. So same thing with the every field. In modernization, we need some people in the government, but without corruption. What happened? Laluji did. Inquiry is going on. We are not alleging because it's already going on. The railway Bharti board. What happened there? So we give job, and especially, sorry to say, Rishabhji, because I lived there as editor. So I know people say, even industries used to come, they say, okay, they are demanding more money. But in Lalu Yadav days, before 90, because they say, okay, if you come, we have to spend more money for the corruption than the for the development of the industry or factory.
Okay, all right.
This kind of corruption was there.
Okay,
How
assuming.
You can imagine the development without industry, without business, without infrastructure. You can't imagine. Only the government job is not the solution.
Well, logic tells you that we're not a communist country, so government jobs are not the perpetual solutions. But you can understand the reasonableness of people saying, listen, I have to look out of my family, okay? I'm interested in the development of the state. Very good, you got a road. But I need to get a salary next month, and that salary is only available to me currently because I don't see other routes of employment. There are certain states in this country, some of the hill states, for example, where a government job, the government is the largest employer, okay? But those states are primarily dependent upon tourism. So now let's talk about 63 kilometers of the 2-lane Jayanagar-Naraya section of NH227, 6-lane Patna Ring Road, okay? There is a Varanasi-Kolkata expressway being built. There is a 3.2 kilometer flyover being built in Kishangarh. 4-laning of the Bakhtiarpur-Rajouri road is taking place. 4-laning of the Ara-Pararia of the National Highway is taking place. Shrivrampur to Ramnagar is being upgraded. Kalyanpur to Balbhadarpur is being upgraded. From Balbhadarpur to Bela Nevada, 25 kilometer elevated corridor is being built. So let me get Piyush Panji back into this conversation. Piyush Panji, in the depths of the worst economic crisis that the world saw in 1929, Franklin Delano Roosevelt came out with a New Deal, the primary purpose of which was to provide employment by building roads. Now you say roads are irrelevant. Why?
No, Rishabh, I didn't say they are irrelevant. I said roads are important, but not only roads. At the simultaneously, you must have the good schools also connected to these roads. You must have hospitals also. You must have factories also, because only roads will serve no purpose. Well, the outer ring road, you can say the ring road or the highways can serve the purpose of taking the commercial vehicles from one state to another state and propping up the commercial activities. That is fine. But at the local level, what will happen if you don't provide factories, if you don't give good education, if you don't build good schools? Roads, they have to be built. Every government is required to do that. That is the primary function of a government, to connect the villages with the road. And good roads, not that you're developing very 5-star type of roads, 4-lane road. These are not required. Every village is required to be connected with the roads.
Okay,
and
development
is spread out evenly.
Okay, so Panji, what is then the development record, the project record of Tejasvi Yadav that should compel us to think that yes, he will bring development to Bihar, not just promises of government jobs? Piyush ji? Yeah, what is then the development record of Tejasvi Yadav that seems to indicate that he will bring development to Bihar and not just offer government jobs?
You see, the immediate need is, and what Tejasvi Yadav has done, in his role as a minister or deputy CM, what the vacant post has been filled up, which were already there.
No,
with
but
the
we are back
government.
to that. No, sir, my question was, what is indicating that he is a man with a master plan for the development of industry, of services?
Of course, no state can survive without industry, because employment generation is done through factories, through industries. Industrial development is at the forefront of any state government planning. Without that you can't create jobs. For that you need infrastructure, of course. So you have to have a plan so that you can develop factories, you can have other offices also.
Yeah, so what is Tejaswi's plan? Because you say the Congress's plan is irrelevant. So what do you see Tejaswi's plan? Has he told us a plan?
I didn't say, Mr. Gyanan Mishra said it.
Yeah, forgive me, yes, forgive me, yes.
I am not the spokesman of Tejaswi Yadav. Or the
Absolutely
RJD.
correct, sir. But have you seen a plan?
I cannot say what Tejaswi Yadav is going to do. But I think if he comes back in 2025, he will certainly have a plan to develop the Bihar, because without that you cannot create jobs.
Okay, so
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so Ratan ji, in a difficult situation, and I see difficult situation is because none of us can come and sit here and say that there is a happy situation in Bihar, because indeed the development. I've traveled to Bihar. It seems very strange if you travel even in UP these days. You go to Uttarakhand, you completely see the places have completely changed. And in Bihar, even Patna airport, even the hotels there, the main road over there, even Gandhi Maidan, it feels that neglect has happened. So we can't say the situation is happy. Now the question then is, who has a better model? Have we seen a model that in the past 10 years, we couldn't change the situation to where we desired it to be?
First of all, what we saw under Lalu and what we saw under Nitish. Nitish at least tried and had very great success in the initial years for Sushasan. And that saw an upswing in Bihar's fortunes, where there is no record of the Lalu family of doing something which saw the upswing in Bihar economics. Show me where it is. When you talk of infrastructure, remember Laluji started so many trains for Bihar. Why did he start it if there was no use of infrastructure? Why did he start it? Which means that he let people go. In fact, he said, very proudly said, we are supplying labor to all over India. Was it a very proud statement? And when you his infrastructure, he is 5-star nahi chahiye bhaiya. Jab Bihar, when Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee started Golden Quadrangle, he was laughed at. He said, पैसे वाले लोग कार चलाएंगे और कौन करेगा? But he saw huge upswing in economics. And who stops anybody from having jobs in schools and with good very accountability where teachers will teach? There is no such accountability. When you invest in schools...
But Ratanji, the argument is that regardless of Nitish mucking about can't make up his mind who he's friends with and who he's enemies with, that happens in politics. But beyond that, the question is, in 10 years... why is the situation still similar that people are heading off to, spend 10 years of the best years of their life? Ladies and gentlemen, everybody doesn't get a government job, okay? There are people who spend the best years of their productive skill learning life, which is their 20s, hunting for a government job. Then they don't get it. Then what happens to them? So Ratanji, what do we tell those people, young people of this country?
That's why I said, when Modi ji talks about small business, people laugh at him. People call him chai wala, pakode wala, but you have to have small enterprise. That is the only way when Biharis can go out and do their small enterprise anywhere, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to Punjab to UP. Why they can't do it in Bihar? What stops them? What stops them in, increasing tourism with the wonderful sites of Buddhism and Hindu Dharma there? What stops them? Have they tried to exploit the beautiful resources of tourism, of industry that they already have in hand? Have they tried making agriculture...
But Ratanji, can we then say that until and unless there is a double engine sarkar, until then development won't come to Bihar? Is it a threat?
I won't talk of I don't talk of cliche like double engine sarkar. I don't fall for that. It's of course it's a good slogan. It works very well for people because people say result. First of all, the state government has to be very serious that they want employment. They want these kind of developments. Then central government will agree. But you cannot just keep on talking job de do, hum to kuch nahi karenge, central government karegi. Sorry, when state intervenes, central gives them support. That's why I keep on repeating the Purvanchal of UP and Bihar. They were same condition. How did it change in 5 years? for last 7 years? Because the chief minister upon changing the face of Eastern UP, people cooperated. That's why central government cooperated. Is there any concrete plan from the Bihar governments? That's the question.
Okay.
If not, then Nitish should come up with a plan.
Yeah, but Nitish, I mean, again, the bottom line is it hasn't happened at the pace it should have been happening. Now, is that Narendra Modi's fault? Is that Nitish Kumar's fault? He happens to be standing with the PM as we speak, and they are firm allies. They are contesting this election together. And comes back to my original question. So let me get back to Alok Mehta ji. Alok Mehta ji, then at the end, what is the option? What is the choice before the people of Bihar when they choose to vote? Is it simply that, listen, we've always voted JDU, we've always voted for Nitish, or we've always voted for Lalu Yadav? So the Bihar vote is pretty fixed. It just variegates very slightly, or is there a fundamental different choice?
I think that the BJP and the state government minimum corruption. This is the only solution for Bihar. What I feel, because even Nitish Kumar, that's why I'm saying, Nitish Kumar in the regime, he tried his best to control the corruption at the top level. That's why there are some developments. But industry, you remember, Shahnawaz Hussain was also went there as a minister, and there was an event, even Sanjay Jha, who became recently, he was close to Nitish Kumar, he became a Rajya Sabha member now. He was also minister. The event was there about the investment, like in Gujarat, the event. So these kind of people, if you attract the business people, you attract, and especially for the school, private schools. Still, I want to mention, even because of the scooty and this, in the remote area of the Samastipur, you said, but I differ with you, because I have seen the Gandhi Maidan earlier and the airport also. Now it's a different airport. It's a better airport. The big cars are there. In Patna is so crowded. Earlier it was not. When I used to drive alone, there was no traffic was there in 30 years back. So you see the change of Patna is there. Outside Patna is there. But then you need private schools. You need private colleges also. Now they have the medical institute. They have some collaboration with the some partner also. There is some objection by the doctors that they should have only the government. But you need government resources are limited. But the best doctors available in there.
Yeah, there's an AIMS being built in Darbhanga for people's information.
Yeah, that's why I think the infrastructure for medical facilities, for education, business, and rightly said, that we need a small entrepreneur. What they can do if they have a good atmosphere, no corruption. I still believe in Delhi or another state also there is at lower level there is a corruption. So we have to check at which level we can control. More teachers, more doctors, more professionals. If they will there, they will not come here.
Okay, Alok ji.
If they have a business.
Yeah. Okay, Alok ji, we discussed the economics of it. Let's discuss the society of it. Okay, caste. Let's not kid ourselves to say that it's a dead issue. It doesn't exist. Absolutely, it's an issue. Absolutely exists. Identity is definitely an issue, and it's going to remain one for some period of time. Oftentimes, ladies and gentlemen, people wanted one of their own. And that was Lalu Yadav's claim to fame, that I have a bhaisa in my house. Okay, I have not become a neta and therefore become disconnected from you. I am one of yours. Yes, the state remained in poverty, but there was some sort of a connect that he at least had, which he had built and nurtured. Is then this a fundamental issue which needs to be addressed in Bihar still?
There is a issue, the caste issue, and Lalu Yadav ji, but I give credit to him because when he started in the 90s, because उन्होंने जुबान दी है, मैं उसको हिंदी में इसलिए कहूँगा कि उसको इंग्लिश में कहना उतना नहीं. Give voice. People used to dominate because of the feudal, the caste system was more dominating. That's why you are very rightly said. Still, people believe they're in the caste, their old traditions. They want to keep these traditions. But the formula by the BJP is all Hindus are united. For every caste, we should do something. That's why they have the leader from the Yadav. They have leader from the Bhumihar. They have leader from Dalits. Now that's why they have the collaboration also, the Paswan. The Paswan, he was a Ramvilas Paswan. There was no personal charge against him. He ruled and maybe he was running a party. So I can't claim that he was not earning some money for the party. But even then, that's why the new leadership, Chirag Paswan, Tejasvi Yadav, even I feel that Tejasvi Yadav should come above all this.
Okay.
But he is still suffering because of this kind of situation. But caste factor will be there, upper caste and Dalit, but they can work together.
Okay.
Still, there are possibilities when you have development, everybody will work.
Okay.
I've seen anybody is a professional, they work with each other.
Okay, so again, let's not kid ourselves. This entire, spin that has been put, that the BJP will return to power if it comes with an absolute majority, they'll remove quotas, is primarily targeted at Eastern UP, Bihar and Jharkhand. Okay, that's where the political spin making was from, and the caste census is again targeted at roughly 3 or 4 states which are coming to vote right now. So let me get Ratan Sharda back in. Ratanji, it's obviously an issue, but what is the BJP bringing to the table if it says let's try to move on from this issue?
Rishabhji, BJP is bringing a sense of purpose. Let me put it in a simple sentence. And Modi ji has a sense of purpose of taking India forward, taking his states forward, and he has been cooperating with every opposition and their own party governments. That message, if it hits the ground, and naturally Nitish Kumar also has to deliver. BJP was the reason why Nitish Kumar ji could rule well, and once he again went back to the old formulae, we saw what happened. And we talk of caste census. What happened to caste census done by Congress government in when it was UPA going on? What was the caste census that was done in Karnataka? Where did it go? So when you have caste census just to get votes, but you never release the data, like Bihar has released the data, and you find a lot of anomalies that what people thought and what actually was. So if you are honest, caste census work. If you are using it only to get votes, it is going to create problems for you.
Okay.
In Bihar, major reason for poverty is corruption. We know Lalu may be having bhaisas at his home, and milking the cows and buffaloes, but he was the charachor. We cannot forget it. So while you can talk of this and then you glorify his son, what he has offered, these jobs, land for jobs. He's part of that particular.
But let's not kid ourselves.
Does casteism mean domination of Yadavs?
So
every job Yadavs to control. So if you are fighting casteism, you cannot fight casteism with casteism.
Okay,
so Nitish in that way is much better. It doesn't work on caste.
I'll take it on that point. You can't fight casteism with casteism. And Rahul Gandhi, who tore up that famous paper, which was an ordinance that actually sent Lalu Yadav to jail, now sits with Lalu Yadav. Arvind Kejriwal, who campaigned against corruption, now of course sits with Lalu Yadav. Infamously, one of the very few senior politicians in this country ever convicted of corruption and then barred from contesting. It was him and, of course, the late Jayalalitha. I'll leave the last quick word with Gyanendra Mishra ji. Gyanendra ji, then what is a caste census achieving to solve, potentially?
See, the caste census is basically done, and we have basically lost the purpose for which the caste census was done. See, there are the limited economic resources, and nobody would deny that those economic resources need to be distributed in the way that every section of the society gets its shares and representation and the economic development and economic redistribution. And there has to be some basis, some data, some criteria to reach to that data point or that distribution point. And the caste census is one of the way of understanding the dynamics and the composition of the society. And we are talking about the caste census as if it is only the Congress who is talking about the caste census. It is Mr. Nitish Kumar who was the architect of caste census and who carried out the caste census in Bihar. And now the BJP sits with Mr. Nitish Kumar.
Okay.
So, and I have not seen that BJP is denying anywhere in the entire process of this electoral campaign that they are not pro caste census.
Okay.
And so the way the
I'm out of time, ladies and gentlemen. I need to take a break. The PM's rally just, of course, concluding. You've been watching live visuals of it throughout. A lot of people have gathered there for sure. They waited for hours for the PM to arrive, and I can imagine in rather hot conditions. So there is some enthusiasm. Whether that enthusiasm is just BJP cadres, oftentimes the opposition say no outsiders have come in. We've been speaking to a lot of them. They do seem to be Patna residents out there who are pretty enthusiastic. That's a dipstick test. you can make a judgment call. And the bottom line is this: if you are voting in Bihar, it's worth a consideration who's bringing or has the plan to bring development in Bihar, because the future simply cannot be a repetition of the past, however tempting and comforting in some quarters the past might be.